All right, Shalom. First and foremost, giving all praise, glory, and honor that's due to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rachakadash. Double honor to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who rule well. Peace and blessing to the 144,000 and the hopeful elect. Shalom, Barakathum. And this is just going to be some quick news and prophecy, man. One guy I was listening to earlier, he was speaking about the birth rates, and it just made me realize how little appreciation that this world has for life in totality, even when it's in their own interest. All right, let's play and see what he got to say on this, and then I'll get some other articles real quick.
Between the snows, it is April 25th, and the news you're not gonna get this for like a week. I know. I'm sorry. The news today is that the United States Census has come out with the most recent information on population structure for the United States, and it indicates that our birth rate has dropped to a 40-year low of about 1.6 per woman. 2.1 is generally considered to be replacement level, and if you add in increases in the death rate in the United States from things like COVID, which killed about 3 million people, as well as the rapidly aging and therefore passing baby boomers, and then on top of that, the opiate epidemic, we really need to be closer to 2.3 or 2.4 just to hold the population where it is. The only other way that you can plug that gap was with immigration. Let's just say that is a topic for someone.
And that's just to get to replacement levels, okay? It's a 40-year low, so it's at 1.6 right now. And you need to be at 2.1 births per woman to replace, to account for deaths and things of that nature. Just stay the same. And they said with those other crises that he named, the opioid being one, the other one back in 2020, that it needs to be even higher, okay? And they're not even factoring in all of these people that just went missing, that you're never going to hear from again. They don't get counted, So you can see how little people have in regard for this, and then you'll tell this to, the average woman today, and she'll be like, well, it's my choice, my body, my choice is how the saying goes. And they'll act selfishly. They don't have the value for family, man. But the scriptures tell you, man, you got to be fruitful and multiply. You can't just be, taking life casually and easy. Maybe I'll wait till I'm 30 and then see if I can find a nice guy but you already got herpes and 2-3 other baby daddies and all kind of debt and post-traumatic stress. It's like, verse Job 14:1, man that is born of a woman is of few days and full of trouble. Okay, so what does that mean? You need to be accounting for that, man. You can't just be having one kid. Now we know as the men of the Lord, as the prophets, that we are not part of this group, that we already understand this place is going to be destroyed. But if you were to rule a society, if Esau was ruling in righteousness, this is what he would be prescribing. Okay, having 1 or 2 kids, that's not being fruitful and multiplying, man. Okay, that's you just fulfilling a biological urge and then not wanting to pay. But kids are an investment. The reason kids cost you so much is because you spend all this money raising kids, and then they go off on their own. They might even go to a different city, a different state, and then you don't hear from them, and they're not reinvesting their labor. They're working for another company, another corporation, and they start their own family, and then they only have 2 kids because their kids aren't going to help them. Y'all don't have a mindset to build, and Esau doesn't encourage you to do that, man. All right, it says verse 2, he cometh forth like a flower and is cut down. He fleeth also as a shadow and continueth not. Okay, and so it behooves us that the population gets born correctly. This is why the laws in the Bible are so strict about marriage and the family laws, because if you let these things, go awry, all right, the population will collapse. Your nation will cease. It doesn't happen in 1 generation or even 2, but eventually it happens. And once enough weight sets on it, you really can't reverse it, because once you get to a point, man, where, like happened in China, where there's just a man, 7 men to every woman, you can't reverse that, man. Those men are gonna have to fight for those women. Okay, so you're gonna have to get even lower in number, and then it may take you a while to rebound, But they don't listen to the scriptures, man. They do whatever they want to do, and then they want to call on God or Jesus or whatever they have in their mind when crisis hits. All right, so this is just typical of everything that's really going down. All right. Look, I saw brother post the article. It says Little Joe from the St. Louis Zoo gorilla dies from cardiac arrest following, something experimental, what they was passing out in 2020. Okay, they gave it to a damn gorilla, man, and now now the gorilla's gone, man. They're like, now why we need to get out of here, man. We need to get out of here, man. Ecclesiastes chapter 10. Let me see. Verse 3. Ecclesiastes 10:3. Yeah, also, when he that is a fool walketh by the way, and wisdom faileth him, and he saith to every one that he is a fool. Let me start at verse 4. Salakia. It says, if the spirit of the ruler rise up against thee, okay, leave not thy place, for yielding pacifieth great offenses. All right. It says, there is an evil which I have seen under the sun, as an error which proceedeth from the ruler. Okay. So now that these things are taking you out, okay, talking about the thing in 2020, they're all admitting it now. That guy Chris Cuomo, you got people like Russell Brand. Everybody wants to be I knew this the whole time type of guy, But we were telling you back then that's a potion from the devil. Why would you do that? Why would you? And you had camps encourage you to do this, man. Okay, but Esau's not gonna take responsibility. Okay, Nana and Grandma and Meebon is in the spirit world now because y'all were too afraid. Okay, y'all took it, y'all believed the rulers, and you called us all kind of conspiracy theorists and labeled us all kind of words, wrong thinkers. All right, and now look at what's going on. These major now, if the major companies are admitting it, what do you think was really going on, man? Okay, they got them to, they know for a fact that this thing was doing this now. If you still believe that it doesn't, or it's just a coincidence, sometimes it's just a side effect, it's just a rare reaction, then you stupid, man. All right. If they could hide it, they would, but they can't. It's happening to way too many people now. All right. They wanted to ban the research from being discovered or unredacted for like 75 years. Okay? But there's nothing wrong, there's nothing to see here, right? It says, there is an evil which I have seen under the sun, as an error which proceeded from the ruler. It says, folly is set in great dignity, and the rich sit in a low place. And we're really the rich. Okay? Because nobody's crying out about the gorilla, man. That's folly, man. That's folly. Number one, you got him in the damn zoo, staring at people, doing tricks for entertainment, I guess, and then you give him that bullshit, man. All right. But this isn't an outrage, The Lord gotta utterly wipe this place out, man. Millennial man can't find job even with bachelor's degree. Okay, and I was doing a lesson about the dollar yesterday, man, about how they basically defrauded everybody, man. 6 figures really is not gonna cut it, especially going into the future. Okay, like everything costs too damn much. The average house is 400-some thousand, man. Okay, that means you need about 100,000 in the bank for a down payment. All right, and then you gonna pay out the nose on the interest. Even still, man. Okay, and then you don't know what the house gonna be worth a year from now. If we're here that long, it could crash. Well, your house, you bought it for 400, but now it's worth 250. Then what you gonna do? So this is about to get really bad out here, man. More on the famine of the word. It says the German Minister of Justice, okay, in Germany, they got a real apologetic spirit on them towards the small hats. They're afraid and they have guilt over what happened, you know, in the 1940s, okay, in the late 1930s and 40s. All right, and so they're overcorrecting now. So get ready for Germany to be among the leader of protests, you know, going forward. But their minister says anyone who uses the slogan, and I can't say it, you know, basically it goes something like from sea to shining sea, kind of in that song. That phrase, you know, basically, if you say that, you know, then you're gonna be punished. So now they were like, man, the hell with free speech. You see how they lied, man? You see how they sold you a dream, but it was really a nightmare. You know? Nothing they say can really be trusted when you really look at things. All right? Let me go to see. Psalms 10 and 4, the wicked through his pride of his countenance will not seek after the Most High. The Most High is not in all his thoughts. All right, his ways are always grievous, thy judgments are far above out of his sight. As for all his enemies, he puffeth at them. All right, he hath said in his heart, I shall not be moved, for I shall never be in adversity. And if that does not describe who is currently ruling the earth right now in the last days, then I don't know who it describes, man. Okay? They would have to be big enough to be mentioned by the scriptures. All right? And it says, his mouth is full of cursing and deceit and fraud. Under his tongue is mischief and vanity. All right. So they're trying to tell you we're protecting a certain group, but really they're oppressing another group. All right. This is about supremacy. This is not about a defense of virtue or morals or principles or any other kind of bullshit that they try to spin to you, man. You know, they like to use the buzzword. We have core values. Core values. Well, their core values go back to Satan, man. Okay. They guise everything in love, 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 love. And they tell you have to hate. But, well, wait a minute. There are things that you're supposed to hate, man. You're supposed to hate violence, okay? You're supposed to hate predators, okay? You're supposed to hate thieves and robbers and degeneracy, man. These are things that if you don't hate them, guess what? They're going to sit in a dark corner somewhere and they're going to grow and grow and grow until it becomes a major problem. A crisis arises, all right? But this guy doesn't rule in righteousness in that way, you know. man kills 4 women who are into women. He sets 4 of them on fire, killing 3 in Buenos Aires boarding house. See that she eventually, things have a way of correcting themselves. When things get too out of hand, things get too balanced on the left hand side, eventually nature will correct itself. The nature in people will correct itself, man. Okay, that's what's gonna happen to America. A lot of these people, when the Civil War breaks out, all right, all of these people in these groups flying these flags, they want to be identified as a certain marginalized group and need special treatment, but really all you do is talk shit and oppress people and try to police language and tone police people. All right, try to get people fired from their job. The regular, average, everyday person, they see this, man. The plumber on his job right now, the carpenter, the electrician, the dude picking up garbage, they're not with most of this bull, man. All right, and so when all hell breaks loose and they see y'all out there, they're gonna be like, oh, you don't want, you part of this, okay? I was reading that in Luke 12 the other day about the Lord came to bring division. That the Lord has divided everybody on every front, man. So when the plagues hit, what does Klaus call it? The polycrisis hit. All right, it's gonna be really, really bad, man. All right. Oh yeah. I saw this suspect, Kashawn Parks, arrested for brutal lasso, RAPE, of NYC woman dragged away with belt around her neck. and he looks like a demon too, man. Look at this guy. You see? Hey, watch. Wait till these cameras will get turned off, man. You have a few power outages, or the internet goes out. This is gonna be commonplace, man. This is where people are, man, in their mind, and it's highly restrained right now. Even though we're seeing a lot of it, it's still highly restrained. Wait till lawlessness sets in, okay? All of these proud women, that feminism is gonna be solved overnight, man. All right. You're gonna have understanding, all right, of order in that day. Okay. That's basically really it. I was reading a few of these articles. Trudeau orders military to round up conspiracy theorists and camps of re-education. All right, so we don't really have long for this world, man. You know the precept. Matter of fact, I'll just go to the one in Ezekiel real quick. We don't really have a lot of time left to be doing going out on the highways and byways and preaching, or even doing videos, man. You know, that's going to become a liability. These phones are basically big tracking devices, man. They can see and hear everything on these phones. They know where you are as well too. It don't matter if you turn off location services or, you know, turn the camera off. If you don't cover it up physically, they can still turn that on and see you, man. All right. So this squashing of or dissidence, I should say, from the mainstream narrative, which is to support the white and blue 6-point star people, okay, and don't question anything else. If you go against this, all right, you're about to be, you know, squashed, you know, because you never really had any rights. You only have the rights that you can defend. That's really it, you know. But Ezekiel 7:25, destruction cometh when, and they shall seek peace, and there shall be none. People seek peace right now, okay? Because the earth is perpetually at war, but it's going to get worse. These protests are going to get worse. The division among people are going to get worse. If it ain't the Israel-Gaza thing dividing people, it's going to be something else, all right? Because that's the playbook, okay? Verse 26, mischief shall come upon mischief, and rumor shall be upon rumor. All right, that's happening now, and it's going to get worse. It says, then shall they seek a vision of the prophet, but the law shall perish from the priests and counsel from the ancients. All right, so the law is going to perish from the priests, meaning the people that break down the Bible, to give you the understanding, the prophecy, the Bible in general. We're not going to be able to speak anymore, okay? Or we're just going to be gone in general. And I can't wait. Because a lot of people, a lot of you watch videos, you'll pass by somebody in the, y'all know, man, y'all know, you just don't care, okay? When the power goes out, then you're gonna start thinking about, oh shit, but it's too late then. All right. Elon Musk says synthetic Mr. NA. If you break down the letters of that word, you'll see what I'm talking about. The Mr. NA will change the world. It says we can turn humans into butterflies with the Mr. NA. That's a technology. If you can see it, it's backwards on here. All right. And I said this way back in 2020, man. Look, I work with computers and things of that nature, and I know computers are modeled after DNA, like viruses and things like that. That's why computers can get viruses. It's the same type of thing. A virus can go into a computer, all right, and if it's sophisticated enough, it can go in and rewrite code. It can get root access and do all kind of things, man. I'm talking about some viruses can just overheat your computer, all right, if it gets the right access. Okay, some viruses are just set up to let stronger viruses in. Their whole job is just to break down the security, and that's it. They don't do nothing else. You can't even know it's there. It just compromises the security for another virus to come in. You see, and that's why hackers exist. You know, that they navigate computer code to be able to do this. And the moment Esau is talking about, I can do this with, you know, organic code, I'll just say that organic code, because that's what DNA is. Okay, then he can rewrite your ass, man. All right, these are the miracles that are on the horizon that we don't want to see come to fruition at all, man. Nobody wants to live in a world with niggas talking to an AI robot, and you got something in your body that can change you into a werewolf. I want to be a werewolf, because you got people right now saying, no, I identify as a hawk. I identify as a wolf. Okay? And Esau has made them a protected group. You can't say anything about them. You can't even criticize them, which means you can't help them. If you can't criticize somebody, you can't help them. All right? It's beyond the name calling. It's one thing they can say you can't call them names. But when they say you can't criticize, they're basically saying leave that person alone to die in their own delusion. That's what they're telling you. You're not allowed to correct that person. Okay, when correction really is a form of love. Okay, and he's creating a solution that allows them to believe in that delusion, man. All right, when Elon Musk says we can turn humans into butterflies, listen, man. This is the demonic society we live in, and this is why we need the Lord to come back, man. All right, we need the Lord to come back. You know, more whistleblowers at Boeing, so we already know basically what time it is at this point. You know, I'll end it there, man. You know, there's plenty of precepts. Brothers can post them down there if you got it. Lord willing, this is edifying. Call halal Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. Bahashim Rahabadah Shalom. Kom Yashar.